But yeah,
to
welcome
episode
back.
19 of the World's Rights
That's
podcast.
so scary.
It is
I
scary.
know we say that all the time, but like it's the fact that the next episode is episode 20, and I feel like we have to do something good. You know?
All our episodes are good. I don't know why you would say that.
I mean, like extra
all
good.
The episodes all the episodes that we produce are the best episodes to exist. No, I'm sorry, I can't carry on. Yeah, we'll make it all right. Probably
Do you
be
guys
all right, won't it?
want to know what I just said to Chris off
yes,
camera?
so Kat said this to me, and I decided that we needed to start recording because I just enjoy where it could
Quality
go.
content.
So Kat, what did you say to me?
I just said to Chris, I said, how's your week been? I know you've been depressed because of your song selections for this week's podcast. Yeah. I had to say extra depressed as well, just to clarify.
I don't... Is it that depressing? First of all, Meat goes to check songs. Is it that depressing? All right, yeah, fair play. I'll give you that one. I would not say I've been depressed per se. I think it feels like it has been the last 2 weeks.
What you use an analogy that means depressed.
Whenever I wake up in the morning, there's a storm cloud hanging over my head, and a black dog is standing in the distance. You know, it's just been very. I think the last couple of weeks, for no real reason, feel like I haven't made much progress in anything.
I get that.
If that makes sense. I feel a bit. I don't even know what the word is. Like, I just feel like I've stagnated a bit recently.
Yeah.
I don't quite know why or how, because I'm actually things are going quite well on the whole. Like I've got through quite a few things, but
you're probably just a bit burnt out.
I think I'm burned out. I think I'm tired because I really have not been sleeping so well. I think I just like. I think I keep thinking that I have more things to do than I actually do.
Yeah.
So I'm in my mind. I'm always panicking and feeling stressed out because there's something I've forgotten to do. And that thing that I've forgotten to do is probably just the word relax written down in neon lights or something.
Yeah.
So it's been I mean, this is an insight into our friendship. In that even if I'm not quite sure how I'm feeling, for some reason, some weird psychic connection, as if we were twins, Kat just... She sees it, and I don't like it. It scares me.
I call you out.
Gives me a level of anxiety which I'm not comfortable with. You know, it's like, oh, you know me, shit.
Yeah.
I'll just bullshit my way out of this one.
It's sometimes like nice in the sense that, like, you know how typically to a friend you would just say, "Oh yeah, I've been fine," where there's like an actual level of honesty with us where it's like, "Nah, you're lying."
This is true, and to be fair, there have been times when I myself have managed to like trick myself into thinking I am fine, I'm doing fine.
Yeah.
And then like you'll say something like, have you been struggling recently? And I'm like, you know what? I have been struggling. Like, and it suddenly hits home, and I'm like, oh.
I think it's weird when you don't like the. I'm not saying you. I'm saying it's like a general statement. It's weird when you don't realize that you're in a rut, and then
it is weird. No, it is. It's massively weird. I don't understand it because like
we all do it. I think
it's very. It's not really. It makes me sound like insane. I realize this because it's like I didn't know how I was feeling until someone was like, "Oh, it sounds like you're feeling like this," and I'm like, oh, yeah. But it does happen. It does happen like that. It's a very weird human thing, but it's nice to know that someone like sees you, like can see through whatever facade of bullshit you want to put up. She sees me and I feel scared and anxious.
I see you and I feel you. There's some like That sounded
Yes.
a bit questionable.
No, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Kat, it's well, actually, no, I'd like to issue an official World to Rights apology. Because we didn't put out an episode last week, and I forgot virtually every day to post something
Posting.
saying there isn't going to be an episode this week.
You know what? I was going to do a post, and I was gonna do a quick explanation. Explanation? Did I say that weirdly? I've got really bad hay fever at the moment, so I feel
don't
like
think
I'm
you
being
said it
nasally.
weirdly, but you know,
Oh,
it's
who
fine.
knows?
It's us. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, no, I was gonna do like a short video explaining why I couldn't do another week, and that I was very disappointed. But I realised when I thought about doing this, I was still trying to deal with the situation as to why I couldn't do it in the first place, and
Yeah,
I
I feel
wasn't
like
a very happy person.
do you want to like give a kind of
Yeah.
brief summary because it's been quite the fortnight. You know, like we don't miss episodes lightly, is what we're saying to you. It's
No.
not just a case that we're like, should we just not do it this week?
Yeah, it's not even like can't be bothered. It's like so essentially it's kind of I don't know if I told you guys originally about Pippin's tale about the first incident.
I don't think you did.
So what happened was I was throwing Pippin treats. He's a greedy boy, so jumped 6 foot in the air, and he's a clumsy boy, so he fell from 6 foot in the air onto his ass.
We've all
cut-
been there.
Yeah, and he proper fell, bless him, and he banged his tail, and it was quite a nasty cut, but it wasn't like let's panic. It was just like an ow that looks sore. Then my mother-in-law bandaged it because it was quite close to his bum area, so we thought it might get infected. However, unfortunately, we didn't realize she'd done the bandage too tight, and so in the night, Pippin chewed around his bandage to try and get it off, and made the worst like wounds in his tail. They were vile, like so disgusting, and we had to rush him to the vets, and they said that he had infections. He had and like was at risk of going into septic shock, and I was like, been there.
Septic shock. Damn, it seems to be a thing running in the family now.
Yes, I kept joking to Pierce. I said he gets your stinky ass and he gets my my sepsis. But yeah, so he was in a very like life-threatening situation, and it just sort of went from he cut his tail to like, oh my god, he might die like very quickly, and he's only 4. And we've had him less than a year. It was very overwhelming, and they then he got out of the life-threatening situation, and then it was just looking like his tail was going to be amputated. But then they started saying, it might only be a partial amputation, but because he's healing so well, I've still got my fingers crossed that we're not going to lose any of his tail. We don't know yet, but I think we're going to be he's going to be okay. But to look after him, we had to give him pills throughout the night, and he was crying in pain, so Piers and I had to take turns at staying up with him throughout the night, so he wasn't getting any sleep, and I was just very scared and sad, basically.
Yeah, it wasn't great. Can I say there was one interesting moment I found that, like, experiencing this from through messages and voice notes.
Yeah.
It was the point last Saturday where I think he said something like, I don't think I'll be able to do the podcast this week. And I was like, no, of course we're not going to do the podcast this week. This sounds like a disaster. This is terrible. Like, we're in crisis mode almost. Like, all the shit's hitting the fan. I'm like, of course we're not going to worry about doing the podcast.
I think for me it was like I'd had those 2 weeks off, and I was like, I can't miss another episode. Like, it was just like a panic thing. Like, I can't miss it. And I was trying to think of how I could have Pippin in the room with me. And I mean, he's in the room with me now. He's I gave him his all of his pills. He like has so many pills a day. But I timed it so that I'd give it to him just before the podcast would be knocked out. So he is like, I'll pan the camera. Oh, that was just cleavage.
Right, so that's another one for the edit, thanks.
Yeah, he's just very asleep on the floor.
What a good boy.
Yeah, so, on the way to the vets as well, fucking mother-in-law decides, because apparently it's my fault because I was rushing her, decides to drive the car into the forklift attachments, and like the car is on top. It was, yeah. So then we had to put everything into the other. Like, thankfully we have another car, so it was okay. But
it was hard not to find that bit funny
it
because
was so
the
funny.
overriding thing was, oh shit, this is bad. But in between the brief break for my mother-in-law drove a car into a forklift attachment, it's just like, all right, little side note there. I liked it.
It was just the fact that she turned around and everyone was so stressed, and that she knew she was gonna get so told off by her husband for doing it because they're meant to be selling that car as well. She panicked and then she just turned around and she goes, "This is your fault." I was like, how is this my fault?
I like her energy.
You know when you just look at someone, you're like, how is this? I wasn't even in the car.
I just don't even. I cannot. What a mess. Like,
yeah.
you have to imagine, I'm just sat here, like, first
You're
of all,
in the receiving
worried. I mean, I won't
end.
lie to you. You say it's been the worst day, and I was like, you started talking about Pippin, I was like, oh, please, no. I had this horrible fear that it was just going to go to the worst place possible, and you were going to tell me that he needed to be put down.
Put down.
No.
Like...
No, oh, my heart, thank God he's okay. And then, also Piers' mum drove the car into the forklift attachment. I was like, this is an emotional roller coaster.
It was quite funny. I mean, like with Pippin, I realised it was sort of a wake up call about how much I fucking care about that dog and love him so much, because I thought, like, I went into such a meltdown for days, and he was okay. Like when he came home and stuff, he was okay. But
probably wondering what all the fuss was about.
Yeah,
he'd got over it by that point.
Yeah, exactly. He was just, like, what's going on, and I'm just crying all the time. And I think I realised sort of I couldn't imagine having a kid right now, because if I care about that kid half as much as I care about the dog, which in theory I would care about the kid more.
We would hope that it is at least on the same level as, yes.
Yeah. Then I was like, how will I ever leave the house? How will I ever let that child do anything? I'll like wrap the kid in bubble wrap and put him in a helmet all the time. Like, it just suddenly dawned on me that was a very scary thing.
He's discovered a kind of parental instinct there.
It was so parental, and I guess like Piers and I having to take turns to stay up with him all night.
Oh God, this really is parental.
Was very much like the whole having a newborn experience. A bit of a wake up call about children. I realised I want a bit more of a life before we go down that path.
Excellent, that's good news. I don't want to be Uncle Chris just yet.
Godfather Chris.
Christ.
Do you think what are you gonna be? Are you gonna be Uncle Chris, or are you gonna be? You can't really say Godfather Chris, can you? That's a bit of a weird one.
I'll be the Godfather. If that's what you want, I'll be the Godfather.
The Godfather? Yeah. Can we call you the Godfather? That'd be so
do it. Why not? It's so unfitting for me. But I think it works perfectly.
It sounds so intimidating.
Yeah, and then it's just me walking like, hi everyone, it's me. I'm anxious. Yeah, I mean, one of the so you have to imagine, okay, everyone, before I knew about this, I'd been thinking, what should we do for the next
Oh,
episode?
okay,
And
yeah.
I'd been thinking about this with my sister. Um, or rather, I'd been talking at my sister, who always wants me to stop talking at her, and I just refuse and carry on. And I was like, I've got this idea for a little like thing. I want to do like a survey, but it's made up of completely bullshit
Oh, yeah.
questions. Which by the way is we're going to be discussing it this episode.
Brilliant.
News for you too.
I forgot about that. I
Yeah,
filled
yeah, no,
that
don't
in.
worry. I'm ready. I'm ready. Um, I've sat like I was having a shitty day at work, really, just shitty day, and I was like, right,
Was this because of the internet?
no, this was like this because that was this week, but this is
Oh,
like the week
right. This
before.
was the week before.
Um,
Okay.
I was just having a shitty day, and like in my lunch break, I was like, right, I want to do something that makes me smile and therefore might make other people smile.
Yeah.
Um, so I've been thinking about it with my sister a lot, and I was like, I want to do this like stupid survey where you just force people to pick between two things and see what people say. Um, for no reason. There's no basis to it. There's no like anything in there other than it will make people smile.
Right.
And I was really excited. I thought this was a brilliant idea. I was like, I've created content for the podcast. I've come up with an idea. I was really excited. And so I go to Cat and Piers and I'm like, guys, I've got something that will make you smile. Here it is.
Oh,
Same
yeah.
day.
I've just
It's the same
remembered
day.
the,
It's the
the
same day as
timing
Pippin.
now.
Same
Yeah.
day as Pippin stuff.
I filled it
I
in as
messaged
well.
out of the blue, like, oh, I've got this really good idea. I think you're gonna like it. And Cat replies, oh, yeah, I'll have a look at it later. It's not really a good time. And then tells me about this, and I was like, oh shit.
I felt so guilty as well for pieing you off. And then I
No.
realised, like, no, like, now I'm out of the situation, I realised that that it's like a people pleasing thing, and you do it as well, I'm sure. Like, even if you're
So
going through
much.
something crap, like, you try your best to still make people happy.
Hmm.
It's like, and even if it's like at your expense, which is so
I just honestly
dumb.
like, and the second you said that, I was like,
You apologized, and I
my,
was like, no,
I
you
felt
weren't to
awful. I
know.
still feel awful. Like I keep thinking
Yeah, but
about it. I'm
then
just
that's
like,
stupid, because how were you gonna know? I hadn't told you.
no, I know, but I just felt so like it was
Yeah.
like it could not have been worse timing if I tried. Like it
It
just
wasn't like you messaged me with bad news, though. That would have been worse.
oh
Like,
no, of course.
I didn't
But
even, I completely forgot that you'd even messaged me at that time. That's how insignificant it was.
I wanted to I know I haven't actually discussed with you this week's episode in any detail because lol. Um but I thought a week later than initially planned, but because I didn't delete the survey out of anxiety and shame.
Thank God.
Instead, I kept it going because I thought it would be complete just nonsense. And can I say first of all, okay, we got 61 people to do
60,
this.
what?
61 people. Right?
Imagine if you needed that for your dissertation.
I'd be
One
fucking
person would have,
brilliant.
like, you would have had one response if it was for something you actually needed.
I
Wasn't
cannot
it?
honestly, like, I'm used to asking, like, oh, guys, do you mind doing this? And people are like, yeah, sure, never does it. And I was like, damn, I love this, especially because it's just fucking bullshit. This survey has been, right, it's so dumb. I don't know if you remember, like,
Yeah,
filling it in.
I filled it in, and I was just like, it gave me a bit of stress actually, because it was something like, there was a question along the lines of, if you're at a turning, would you turn left or right? I was like, I don't know.
It's understandable.
I was like, that's so stressful. What if I make the wrong decision?
Yeah, I mean, okay. You wanna know how into this I am?
Oh my gosh, did you create a
I
pie chart?
I have created a PowerPoint presentation,
Oh my gosh.
which I am now reading off of. Because I was like, I wanted to take you through the kind of results, if you will, of I see this as you remember from previous episodes, the Chris's question segment.
Yes.
A segment I love. And I thought, how am I going to bring it back? It's been a few weeks.
Yeah, it has. I was thinking about that the
All
other
of them,
day.
all of the questions here, right? This is the Chris's
Creme de la creme. Chris's
Chris's
creme de la
question
creme.
episode. Don't put too many C's in there, God's sake. I couldn't even say Chris's question.
Quiz's
Chris's
question.
Chris's question,
Quizzes.
creme de la creme questioner
Quiz.
episode.
I just love quiz.
I can't. That's how to say that. So look, okay, let's start off. So first of all, I think we have to ask ourselves why. Why did I do this? And the reason when I thought about it, man's got issues. That was my first one. It's just man's got issues. I am the same person who on my Instagram story for like I did it. I mean, I still want to go back to it one day.
Yeah,
I ran
we will.
a daily competition called "Guess How Many Cups of Tea I'll Drink Today"
That was such a
on
good.
Instagram.
I won it
competition
once.
Which you did win it once, and I was very proud of you. Competition which people enjoyed. Okay, this is not just something where like one person got involved. More people kept getting involved. I was having to like make like notes for myself and stuff. It was so good. It was great, and I'm gonna bring it back one day. But also I've got here. You can't tell me that you didn't enjoy it because I know you did. I
Yeah.
know that people enjoyed it, so I've got that to win with. So first off, I'm gonna run some of these questions by you. I just want to see what you think.
Okay.
We'll see if you know our our audience plus people who I just said, guys, can you do this for me? So first off, of the 61 people, how many of them were left-handed?
10.
Only 6.
Oh, that wasn't
Only 6.
such a bad guess though.
It was quite a good guess. I mean,
So
I can tell you something.
10%.
I can tell you something about that actually. That's roughly equal to 10%. Yeah, and it's actually estimated that in the world, 90% of people are right-handed, and 10% are
Oh, wow.
left-handed. So
That's a pretty accurate.
we did well there, guys. Look at us being all accurate with our sciencey. This is completely non-scientific. Can I be clear on this? 2 questions for you here. First of all, which color of grey or pink do you think most people went for?
Grey.
You went for grey? Yeah, it was grey. 33 people of 61 went for grey. Just 28 people for pink. Now here's a follow-up question because
That's
a couple
quite
people...
even though. That's
It
quite
was, it was quite
yeah.
good. It was quite good. A couple people got a bit salty about this. So let me ask you a question. Do you consider grey to be a color?
Yes.
Okay. I also consider grey to be a color.
Was this like one of our fucking twatty friends? I was gonna
No.
name names.
I don't think it was. No. In fact, the people who mentioned it to me definitely know. They were people who watch my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/crispy2117, by the way. And they. Okay, so a lot of people seem to think that there was some kind of ulterior motive to this survey.
Yeah, like it did feel like that.
I can understand why. So
Yeah.
they were like, "Oh, well, I have to pick pink." And I was like, "Why?"
They thought
So
you were
because
gonna
you
call
said
them
pick a
stupid.
color and the only color there is pink. I was like, "Oh, fuck my life."
That's so paranoid. Like that's.
I like the level of paranoia. Can I just say I consider grey to be a color? I don't want to have the conversation
I
about
swear,
whether grey is a
grey
color.
is a color. I feel like black's the one that is argue. Oh, yeah, black's no white.
I've got no fucking idea. Pick a fruit. Apples or oranges is the next one. No idea why. I guess it's just one of those things. It's like, oh, it's apples and oranges. Like it's just one of those things. So, what did people?
I
Go
reckon
for?
majority went for apples. I'd say like 2/3 went for apples.
Okay, that's scary. You have nailed it.
Really?
2/3 went for apples.
I'm
41
psychic.
people went for it. And yeah, 1/3 went for oranges. So shout out to all the apple growers out there. It's you're doing well. You're doing well. So congrats.
I'm so proud of myself.
I'm proud of you. Honestly, it was brilliant. Okay. So Android or iPhone?
Oh, okay. I reckon there's actually going to be a few Android contenders there because, like, no, I'm trying
Because
to think.
initially when I thought about this, I was like, I thought I knew where the answer was going. Um, I'm interested to see. I mean, I'm assuming you picked iPhone.
Yeah, because that's what I use. Yeah, even though probably. The thing is, if you're talking about computers, it's obviously PC, and you wouldn't touch Apple. But with phones, I don't know, like I just got sucked into the Apple trap, and once you sucked in once, it's really hard to go back. So, yeah, I reckon like, oh, 3/4 iPhone.
Surprisingly, almost an even split. It's a statistic that I hate.
Really?
It's a split I really hate in life. 52-48, which
Wow.
people who are particularly haunted by the past will know that's hashtag Brexit. iPhone slightly ahead in this one. I think if we'd done this a few years ago, I think iPhone would be higher.
Yeah.
I think people are slowly like people who have been using iPhones and stuff for years are actually moving away from using iPhones because I think like the facts that iPhones are getting more and more like I don't know if they were the first to have like a phone which was literally more than £1,000.
Oh my
Um,
god, probably. Yeah, they're so
but like because
expensive.
I think Samsung like followed not long after, obviously, because it was like, oh, we can do this now.
Yeah, we can
Um,
charge people that much. Yeah.
but I think that might have been the point where people like some, not everyone, obviously, because I'm not saying iPhones are necessarily bad. I'm just,
Yeah.
I think some people are like, I'm not sure I'm getting value for money with this anymore. Like
No, and I would agree with that.
because
Like,
Android is better now than it. I think before it was like, oh, it's just not as
yeah.
good, and now it's like, well, I don't know. I don't know.
So I had an Android. I had an HTC. Is that right?
Is this the
That
one that you lost?
got stolen.
Oh, it got stolen. Yes, of
Yeah.
course it did.
When we were doing I think I was doing a dance concert actually. I don't think it was a music concert. It got stolen.
No.
But yeah, so that I then after that ended up getting. I had no phone for ages. I had a flip phone for quite a long time because I didn't trust myself. Well, I wasn't trusted with an
You weren't
expensive
trusted.
phone, which is a good thing. But I then ended up with my nan's old iPhone 3, and then after that, I ended up getting. I bought like my. My granddad gave me his old iPhone 6. I had my uncle's old iPhone 5 before that. Like I just got hand-me-downs basically. So
I think
that's
that's the
how I
thing is
ended
that
up.
you get locked into it then.
And then I
It's
went to
harder
buy
for you
my
to leave.
first phone, like non-contract, decided to buy the iPhone SE, which is what I've got now, last year, because it was £420. And I was like, it does the same as the iPhone 8 does, a bit more, like it's slightly better than the iPhone 8, I think. And I was like, well, that's not actually a bad price. And yeah, so I
I
thought,
think for you,
go
like
for it.
it's different because you have like a Mac, you've used Apple stuff for years. It's
Yeah,
like it's harder for you to leave.
yeah.
Um,
And also,
whereas for me,
Pierce and
like
I are
I'm on the
connected.
outside. I think it'd be
Yeah,
hard for me to leave all the stuff that I've got because if I was to get an iPhone, like things would kind of work, but then I'd end up being sucked into the whole Apple ecosystem. And
yeah,
then like once you're in, it's
yeah.
just like you don't
Well,
want to
it's
find a
like I've got
replacement.
an iCloud account, and
Exactly.
it's just stuff like that where it's then like, can you be bothered to move over?
Now this is one which didn't surprise me. Phone call or text?
Everyone prefers text. I prefer phone calls.
Yes. I know this about you. And you're not alone. You're not alone.
No. Everyone hates me for being a caller.
So 19 people went for phone call. That's 31%. Okay. And I respect the energy. I'm a texter.
Yeah.
Personally,
But you're not like an anti-caller. Like, you're not really
no,
like
no.
you don't like my friend. Well, Brooke. I don't know if you've met. Have you met Brooke?
I haven't met Brooke. I've like seen
You know of him. Yeah.
instantly. Yeah.
He is such an anti-caller. He will literally hang up your incoming phone call and then text you.
Yeah, I always there's something. It's why I kind of would like, to like read receipts kind of thing. I would like to see that feature destroyed, because the reason I like
Oh.
messages is because I don't have to reply then. If I'm busy,
Yeah.
I can just like wait for a little bit and reply when it's like.
Don't
a
you
good time
hate
for
it
me
when
to
you
do so.
accidentally open a message that you were purposely like ignoring at that
Yes,
moment?
because then I have to do something about it.
It's
Otherwise, the other
worst.
person is going to see that I've read the message and not replied, and then they're going to get stressed or anxious or angry or annoyed at the fact I haven't replied. And it's like,
Yeah.
I just can't. It's not a good time for me. That's the joy of messaging. It's
What
like,
do we actually need to know when somebody has read the
no,
message?
we don't need to know.
Because I don't think there's a positive outcome there.
There isn't.
What, like, where if someone's read your message and replied, they've read your message.
Yeah.
So the only time that it's important to know if someone's read your message is when they're ignoring you.
Mm.
And that's never a good thing.
You don't need to know about that. Like,
so I feel like you can turn it off. For
you can, but I want it
things.
gone just permanently. I want it just
for
gone.
everyone.
I don't want people to know. I don't want people to know that I have like read up, because sometimes like it's a complex thing, and I'm reading. I'm like, all right, I need to give this the time that it deserves, which is not right now when I'm like in the middle of something. So I read. I'm like, okay, cool, I'll get back to that later on. And obviously, someone's gonna look at that and think, oh, he just doesn't care. And it's like, no, that's not true. Like, life is complicated. My life doesn't revolve around messaging people. Like,
Yeah.
we are busy in the day, so I think it's just dumb.
It's worse when you're dating as well. I remember back in the day when I dated. Oh my god, such a long time ago. And it makes you paranoid, because you're like, oh, they hate me, like, oh, they don't like me anymore. They haven't replied, and then it's like, oh, sorry, I was driving. It's like, oh, I've just been panicked for 2 hours because
and it's not good.
you hated me.
You didn't need that. It gets in your head and it makes you like overthink everything. You just don't need that. And like I mean, we do it, and I do it with a few people. The voice message thing.
Yeah.
I love the voice.
Oh
thing.
yeah,
it's
that's
like
so good.
the happy middle ground, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like you don't have to worry about typing. You can just talk, whatever. But you don't have to. If I send Kat a voice message, I'm not there like, Kat needs to reply next minute. Like,
Yeah.
I don't care, because it's there now for her to listen to and get back to whenever she has the time to do that.
Yeah.
Fine, perfect. It's like respectful of the fact that she has a life.
Do
I love that. So I think there's a place for phone calls. Like, obviously sometimes you need to just talk to someone properly, but like, yeah, text. I'm fine with text, and fuck off with your read receipts. Sunrise or sunset was the next one.
I think I said sunset because I couldn't be bothered to get up in the morning.
It's a sunset. Everyone loves a sunset. 77% of people went for that. 47 people went for sunset. And I think it's because most of us can't be asked to wake up for a sunrise.
Yeah.
I think that's it. I think there's nothing more to it than that. We all.
It's just like, it's cold as well.
You don't want that. Like, you're in bed. You don't want to wake up.
It's cold, and there's that like damp feeling in the air, and like,
you want a good day that finishes with a beautiful sunset. Come on.
Exactly. And like where we are, like with the field and stuff, it's
Oh my God.
such like
It's
the sunsets are so nice. Yeah. and
So
like
it's like,
there's so like little effort. I just look out the window. That's it, you know.
damn it. Coca-Cola or Pepsi?
Well, I know
Awesome.
your answer.
And what was your answer?
The same. Yeah, Coke.
Welcome.
I think it's like um it's like whatever you have first. In New Zealand and Australia, like they have this thing with like Vegemite and Marmite. Marmite's different there. If you don't, Marmite is not the same thing, but the idea is that whatever you've had first is normally
That's
your
the one you go
favorite.
for.
Yeah, and
I
I
get
think
that.
Coke was that for me.
Yeah, most people went for Coke actually. Most people, it was like a
I do like
substantial
Pepsi
one.
though.
I don't hate Pepsi. Like, okay, so
Pepsi
39 people went for
Max.
Coke. 22 went for Pepsi. I think part of it is
Wait, what was that
psychological.
statistic again? Sorry.
Sorry, 39 people went for Coca-Cola and 22 people went for Pepsi. So like
Okay.
it's not a million miles away. Like yeah, I think it's psychological. I think in my brain I just know that I'd like Coke and so like maybe I Pepsi's like it's
The
like
second
second best, you know,
choice.
it's always
Yeah,
going to be
yeah.
second choice. That's it. Like, and
So, yeah.
it's not it's probably more reflection on just the fact that I had Coke first or something. So you know, there it is. I'm interested. This one I liked because I had not thought about this at all. I asked people to pick
Okay.
a number between 1 and 10. Kat, what number did you pick?
2? I don't
2.
know. Did I pick
I mean,
2?
if you were to pick a number now, would you pick 2?
Or did I pick 10? I might. If I was to pick a number now, I'd pick 2.
Okay. Well, can you guess how many people picked number 1?
60%.
No one.
No one picked number 1.
Nobody picked number 1.
I
Listen,
bet a lot of
so-
people picked 10.
Well, okay, so 2 people. Sorry, 2 people. 4 people picked number 2,
Okay.
and 5 people picked number 10. A lot of people picked the same number. Do you have any idea what that number would
7.
be? 7.
Was that
24
right?
people picked 7. Like 39%
That's
of
so
people
weird.
picked 7.
What's special about 7?
Right. Welcome to this section. I really went into this, you know, because I was like,
Oh, God.
what the fuck is I was watching some of it like come in and build up over the days, and I was like, why the fuck are you all picking? And I asked my sister, and we worked out. Wait, a lot of people see 7 as a lucky number,
And your
and like everyone knows like number 7 is like a lucky
Yeah.
number. Like across the world, like it's not just a Western thing. Like I think in Chinese culture as well.
Yeah.
7
Like,
is seen as like it's like this worldwide thing. So I looked it up and I was like, hang on, I wonder if I can find out in other like data stuff. Like that's how much we got into this, right?
yeah.
So there was a survey a few years ago at some like festival thing where they asked people to pick a number between 1 and 100. Most people picked 7. Of all the numbers between
Wow.
1 and 100, most people picked 7. Someone did a test on, so this is from a user called Squarific on Reddit on r/data is beautiful. I know this is how much I got into this. So of 96 people, 26 people picked 7 in his little survey, which again was the most.
It's a lot.
Someone did. This guy, I think he was like a lecturer, so he asked 8,604 students to pick a random number between 1 and 10. 2,000 of them picked 7. No, sorry, 2,400 of them picked number 7.
Wow.
Like it's crazy. So like I've got 7 reasons like of the significance of number 7 for you, okay? So there's some
Okay.
basic ones and there's some like weird ones. So first of all, 7 days in a week.
Yeah, I did think. Yeah.
7 colors in a rainbow.
Oh, yeah.
7 wonders of the ancient world.
Yeah.
The 7 deadly sins in the Bible.
Yeah.
There's the idea that God created the world in 6 days, and the 7th
Oh.
day he rested. My sister also pointed out
Yeah.
that Craig David did chill on the 7th day. So there you go. That's a little thing there for you. I don't know what to take from that one, but there you are. In Chinese culture, 7 represents yin. It's like yin, yang, and the 5 elements. So it's like a lucky number for them. There's
Okay.
like evidence to suggest that our brain actually works really well in like blocks of 7, which apparently is why American phone numbers are seven digits long, like 3 digits for the area, 4 digits for the rest of it, because it's 7 numbers, so it works really well for remembering it. And yeah, I mean, the last one was just people really fucking love the number 7. It's like universal that people seem to really love the number 7. I did not realize this. Like, I just went into this like, I'll just pick a number. Like, I thought people were gonna like be fairly evenly spread.
Yeah.
People fucking love the number 7.
That's really weird. I was sorry. I was just like writing down my password to something, wondering if that was 7. When you said about the phone number thing, I was like, I wonder if my password is 7 characters, and that's why I remember it.
It's like I'm looking down now. Okay, so I've got a like from the uni I'm in at work. I've got like they send you a calendar each year, and so they split the phone number into 4 digits, and then 3 digits, 4 digits. So like
Yeah.
basically 4 digits and then 7 digits.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's really weird. So like 7 has a weird amount of significance,
That's
and like
so
has done for
freaky.
like most of human civilization, and it's so weird. Like it seems to be this number that just
Oh my
we
god.
all have some like we see it as being kind of lucky, but almost we don't know why. It's just like it's just there. It's like 7 is
Yeah.
everywhere. So there you go. Little insight for you. But like just
I had
we're
no
learning
idea.
stuff here.
I
This is not just a
genuinely.
shitty thing. We actually ended up learning things.
So
At the T
weird.
junction, the one that you found horribly anxious. Which way did you choose to go?
I don't remember.
Okay, you're there now. Which way are you going?
Left because it's easier than turning right because I'm driving.
Okay. Right. Okay. So we're back on it. Okay. So most people picked left. And I was like, what is that? It actually evened out a little bit more as it went on. Initially, like,
Yeah.
ridiculous. Like almost no one was picking right. In the end, 35 people picked left, and
Yeah.
26 people picked right. And I was like, why? What is it? Why do people fucking love left? And I was like, okay, so a lot of people who answered, I think, are probably from the UK because
Yeah. Well,
in some
'cause
cases it
we're
was my friends and things who I was asking, and like this is like we're both from the UK, like it makes sense. So, like,
yeah.
and we drive on the left, so maybe it's just a natural thing that it's easier to turn left than it is to turn right, like you said. And I was like, yeah, that could be it. A little fun side note actually, while we're here, 100% of people who were left-handed chose to go left.
Really?
Yeah. There are only 6 of them, but they all went left at the T junction.
Oh my god.
Don't really know what to say about that, but it was just quite an interesting thing. I was like, oh damn, you love left, huh? So yeah, I don't. Maybe there's some science in here that I'm not gonna go into because I can't be asked. But like,
Yeah.
there you go. I asked people that I said, your friends want to steal a car. Do you help or not? Kat, did you help steal a car?
No.
No. Well, 51 people said no, they would not help steal the car.
Good. But
Most
that's not
people-
good because there's still a lot of people that would steal
Yes,
the car.
10 people said they would help steal the car. I did not want to steal the car. I was too much of a goody two shoes.
Yeah, I just couldn't imagine a situation where it'd be okay to steal a car, like realistically in my life.
Yeah. I love it. The thing I love about these ones, especially these like the second half of these questions, there's no context other than like this is happening. What do you do? Like,
Yeah.
you're not able to ask any questions. It is kind of stressful. Like you get to a T junction, which way are you going to go? It's like, what does it look like? Like what does it mean? Nothing. You got nothing. So, but most people wouldn't steal a car, and that means of
That's
course that
good.
they wouldn't steal a car, and they wouldn't steal a computer. So of course they wouldn't pirate music or videos or movies. That's the rule. So
That was such a flashback to that advert.
I know,
but,
right?
yeah,
I know,
like,
right? I just thought of it on
that's
top of my
so
head. I was
good.
like, God, that was good. Um, all right. This one, okay, so I asked people, you have to travel in time to one of 2 years, but you can come back after a week. Okay, so you're not stuck there. You can come back if you want to. You don't have to come back,
Yeah.
but you can. So the
Yeah.
choices were 1978 or 2035. Why did I
Yeah.
pick those years? It just random music came into my head. Nothing more than
Okay.
that.
I bet some
Nothing
people
more
got
than that.
stressed out by that. I'm glad I
Yes.
went into it pretty empty-headed because it
Yes.
probably would
Some
have
people
stressed
went
me out
into it
more.
and they were like, what's the significance of these years? And I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know about one of them because it hasn't happened yet. And I don't think anything really happened in 1978 worth talking about. So, do with that what you want. But can you
Yeah.
guess what the split was?
I wonder if it was quite even.
It was. It was
Which I
51-49.
find really weird because I voted for the future.
You went for the future.
What
Some
did you go
people, a
for?
lot of people went for the future. I went for the future
Yeah,
because basically everyone's thing was like, I've already
that's the
like the past
logical
has already
thing.
happened, and like some people are
Yeah,
really into it. Some people are like, I wouldn't want to go back to the past because if I messed something up, it could mess the future up. And it's like, damn, you really thought
yeah,
about this, huh? Um, yeah, most people are like, I haven't seen the future, so like, I'd want to go there. But then some people who went backwards were like, if I go to the future and it turns out it's shit, then I don't want, I don't, I'll have to come back knowing that it's shit. And I was like, fair play, I understand that. So yeah, and
I
then
guess my thought was that I could, if I went to the future, I would get an idea of what decisions I would
mhm,
make. Like,
mhm.
whether, say, for example, you find out that uh, electric cars actually get phased out.
Oh damn, yeah.
Yeah, essentially, if I found out that electric cars, they found out it was gonna be worse for the environment for some reason, or they were really unreliable,
Mhm.
then I wouldn't get one,
You wouldn't get
or
them, right?
whatever it was.
Fair enough. Like
Yeah,
maybe you'd go and like find out that something gets like something blows up, so you come back and invest a shit ton of money in it, and you're like, hey, I'm gonna be rich.
yeah, yeah, exactly like that.
It's
Um,
yeah, it's weird.
Although, like, I think right, this is a bit of a tangent, but I've been thinking about this a lot, and I, but I really wouldn't ever want to be super rich. There's no need for it.
I agree.
I
I've been
like,
thinking. I'm weirdly. I've been thinking about this a lot recently.
essentially, like, if I could choose the lotto numbers because I'd been to the future or whatever, I don't know if I would because, like, I don't. I guess if I went to the future and I was living in squalor, then I'd consider it. But I'm not gonna be on my high horse saying like if I was living an uncomfortable life and I had the opportunity to be rich, I would
Yeah, of
obviously go
course you
for
would
that.
try and change it if it was bad. Yeah.
But like, there's no need for billionaires. There's just absolutely no need. And
No.
it's being a millionaire today is not actually that
No.
uncommon because you think house prices and stuff. If you consider someone a millionaire because they've got £600,000 house and a couple of cars and savings, like there's a
Mm.
lot of millionaires about, or they've got a second home
Mm-hmm.
in Spain or whatever. Like there's a lot of millionaires, so I can understand like that's still a comfortable, luxurious
Mm.
life. But there's no need for more than that. There just isn't.
That's the
There's,
thing. Like, if everyone was a millionaire, then you would have people who wanted to be billionaires or trillionaires or something. Like
yeah,
it's like this weird race to have more. And it thing is, right? I was thinking about this in a psychological thing. I
yeah.
don't know what that amount of money would do to me mentally. I
Oh
don't
my
know if
god,
it
it'd
would
be.
make me a complete dickhead or if I would like, would I become really impulsive and spend it all and like what I don't know what that would do to me and I don't want to know. Like
Yeah,
I think it would unbalance me in one way or another. And like I don't see it ever I don't think it would have any good impact on me.
yeah,
Like most people would go, "Oh, you wouldn't have to worry about it again." But like you'd start I think you would, because the worry wouldn't be that you have no money. You'd be like, how do I get more now? I've got this money. How do I get even more? How do I like invest this so I can like triple my money? And like stuff that really just doesn't. I don't want to spend my life thinking about that, you know?
No, like I just it's so stupid. I saw this video. I was just trying to find it now to send to you. I saw this like 3D like visualization thing of
Mm.
how much money like Jeff Bezos, is that right?
Dickhead, yeah.
And Elon Musk and all of these people, how much money like they actually had demonstrated, and what we could do with that money, like solve world hunger and all this shit, like. And when you see it like that, it's like, oh no.
The thing that really gets me is like they found out. I mean, say it ends up, as so many of these things do, it got turned into like something else. But like the central thing for me was that a few weeks ago, there was like a leak from the US tax service, and they said that Elon Musk and I think Jeff Bezos and a couple of people have basically managed to avoid paying huge amounts of income tax. Like been able to pay like a tiny amount because they've been, clever in how they
Yeah.
accounted it and the rest of it. And I was just like, why? Like,
At that point, do you need to like?
you don't.
It's not like you're
you don't
paying
need to,
for
and you're not
something
helping
bad.
us. Like, your taxes are not. I get that people don't like paying. No one likes paying their taxes. Okay, I get that.
But
like,
when you think of what you're getting for your money,
yeah,
it's
like-
it's a pretty good deal.
so yeah, I agree with you 100%. I would never want to be super rich.
No.
Um,
Sorry, that was just a fun thought.
Yeah, sorry, I really got into it. And the final question was, guess which hands the money is in, and you can keep it. There is no money. What do you think the results were?
I have no idea what I said.
Okay,
but
pick a hand now. What would you go for?
I reckon a lot of people voted left, but yeah, I'm gonna go left because
You're gonna go left?
I think most people
50-50.
voted left. Oh really?
About 50-50.
What about the left-handed people? Did you have
All
a
right.
vote
Well, I actually do know the answer to this one. So 33. So a third of left-handed people chose the left hand in the end.
there? Okay, so they thought it was like a double bluff situation for them.
Surprisingly not. Yeah, like it. I think the thing is, right, it was just a random choice. I think I thought maybe like left-handed people who went left would naturally just pick the left hand. Maybe they just love turning left. But no, basically 50-50 because I guess it's a random choice. It's just like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Left. Final kind of thing was I asked people just to sum up their experience in the survey. Again, there's no benefit. And I managed to categorize a couple of these into some things.
Uh-oh.
So I'm going to take you through some of the categories, okay? One of them was confusion. And I'm going to read you some of these now. I have got confusion. I don't understand. What the fuck? Confusing. Consistently, concerningly confusing. Bizarre. Confusion. Confused about the whole thing, but amused. And I can understand that.
I think I just put shit.
Yes. Well, I think I saw that one in there somewhere along the lines. Some people, and I enjoy the fact that people think that I have the ability to
Do a
I don't know,
psychology
be
analysis.
manipulative and psychological experiments because someone said psychological experiment. No, it was not. Someone said trying to read into the meaning of each question. I'm like, well, there was
See,
that.
this is what happens when you're smart. People think you're up to shit.
Yeah, I can see it. I can understand it. Someone's a bit scared but happy. I was like, well, all right. But then there are people who loved it. I got 2 people who said extraordinary.
Oh.
I've decided that means that they found it a wonderful experience. Someone
That's such
said
a weird
almost
word
as
to
good as
describe.
Shrek 2.
Wow.
You know what that feels like to me? Almost as good as Shrek 2. That's a win. And someone put made me smile. I was like, oh,
That's
perfect.
cute. I can't
Um,
believe so many people answered it. That's so
it's
good.
weird. And then we got apparently a lot of people enjoyed going for the ratings approach. So interesting. 5 out of 5 would do it again.
Ah.
I couldn't pick 11 as a number. Absolutely terrible. 10 out of 10. Gave me something to do on my lunch break. 7 out of 10. Wanted money. Did not receive money. Very confused. 7 out of 10. And then we've got CBA to categorize. So we've got a wild ride. Damn. Sad as no money up for grabs. Terrible, which I can only assume is you because it's virtually the only one in there that says something like that. So I'm gonna say that was you.
Did I
Um,
put terrible?
I mean, you
I
might
thought I
not have
put
done. I don't know.
shit.
Like the thing is, right? I don't know who said what. I can't trace a lot of these back. Some of them I
Oh,
can,
okay. Yeah.
but a lot of them. I mean, I didn't collect names or anything. I didn't know anything.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Someone put in a good quote. I'd like to know who this person was because I love the quote. It's from H.P. Lovecraft, and the quote is, "The most merciful thing in the world, I think, is the inability of the human mind to correlate all its contents." I was like, oh, nice. And someone then put, "Wondering if Chris will be able to tell it's me from the answers." I haven't actually looked at which answers you gave, but I'll look back at it and I'll see if I can work it out. And the
So you
final
know who that
category,
person is.
final category was well, I'll read you the one quote which is in it. "This is such a classic Chris thing to do, lol." And when I told my sister about it, she said, "Yes." Look, I'd like to say thank you to 61. Like, I was feeling a bit worried at first because within the first few hours, I posted it. So I posted it on Instagram, I posted it on my Snapchat, I put it in our bio. It was everywhere. I basically posted it everywhere. And I could see that lots of people were seeing it, but not
Yeah.
many people were going to answer. I was like, oh, God, come on. Someone just do it. Just have 5 minutes of stupidity. And then in the end, 61 people decided that they wanted to do something dumb. And I love you people. You are my people. Thank you. Thank you for
We love
indulging
you.
me in some stupidity for a bit. It was fun. I enjoyed it. I found it fun.
Yeah.
You know, it's like when the world is so stressful and there's so much shit going on, like,
Do something dumb.
do something dumb just for 5 minutes. Like, you know, I loved it. So thank you to 61 of you. I will be doing this again at some point in the future when I think of some more. Maybe the next time we'll go for the stressy survey.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I really want to
I'll
stress
find the
people
most
out.
stressful questions in the world or something like that. But thank you. Kat, did you enjoy it? Would you say you've enjoyed this?
I loved it. 10 out of
Thank you.
10.
Thank you.
Would not do again.
That was a Chris
Jokes.
Payne idea right there, you know. I think I never have any ideas, but that one, all me.
That was
And
special.
to think it nearly got cancelled because I felt nervous.
Because of
about
Pippin. Because of
Timing.
fucking Pippin.
Love you, Pippin. I love you. Let us go
To the music.
to the music. Love it.
This is what people are here for.
Hit me.
I think we'll start with Ruin My Makeup because it's the top of the list and I put that in like ages ago.
All right.
That was,
Yeah, I did see you put it in during the week.
Yeah. It's because I heard her.
I'm gonna ask: is this a TikTok thing?
Kind of. I think I can't remember if I saw a radio, like, you know, on Instagram or YouTube where you get a bit of a clip from a radio thing.
Yeah.
Or whether I saw that on TikTok.
Mhm.
So I'm not sure, but I found her on TikTok in the end to see what she was up to. And
Not that it would be a bad thing if you had found on TikTok.
no,
I was just
but
wondering.
yeah, not one of the people I know who solely runs off TikTok and that's their sort of main base. I'm not actually too sure, but she had something to do with Ed Sheeran, and so I checked her out.
Oh.
I don't know if she opened for him or was on his radio, like something to do with the radio. I
Yeah.
don't entirely know. However, I listened to this song and thought it was so cool.
It wasn't what
sort
I
of-
was expecting when I listened to it.
It was like soft rap, like I don't like
Yeah.
indie rap. I don't know
Yeah.
how to. So just really cool, like soft rap. And I don't know, I'm guessing you looked at the lyrics, like kind of bizarre, but
I did. It's very weird because it like it
disjunct. Like, I don't know how to explain.
yeah, I don't know how to explain it. I don't really, I got very a little bit confused because it goes to some like quite deep things about like
Yeah.
so there's a line, I continue to sin, I see Jesus
Yeah,
when I'm
Jesus when
running,
I'm
and he
running.
laughs
Yeah.
because I'm an atheist. And I was like, all right, okay.
It's
Um,
so random.
but then I also just like the chorus. If I cry about you about love, I'll only ruin my makeup.
Yeah. And
I was
that's the
like,
whole idea of the song.
nice. I like it. I like the empowerment, you know?
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna let you get me down.
And quite a chill song, but just very much like cool kid.
Yeah. It's definitely it's like a real like it definitely was a I think I was expecting something more just from the name and I just looked at
Like
the name
more
and I
poppy.
I have a judgment that I form in my mind and I was like I'm expecting something poppy and this wasn't that.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Great voice.
Um Hit me.
Let's go for okay. This is another one of yours, but come on now. Say,
Okay. Oh yeah.
Maneskin.
Oh yeah.
Oh, these guys. We love. Okay, so
They are my favorite right now.
let me try and say. I'm gonna mess up. I'm sorry if anyone from Italy is listening or anyone who speaks Italian.
Oh
But
no, I
say
wasn't gonna go down this route.
Zitti Broni. I'm gonna go for that.
Fuck knows.
I think that's not bad. But
Yeah.
so it translates as basically be quiet and behave.
Yeah.
Now I'm not really going to dive into lyrics because it's in Italian. I have looked at a translation and
And the
like,
translation, it doesn't quite make sense whenever I looked at it.
it's a little bit odd. I mean, it
Yeah.
never really goes through. But right. So I think this is the one they played at Eurovision.
Yeah, they played
Um,
two, I think, didn't they?
What? I can't.
Because I think they had a winning. I didn't actually watch
No.
Eurovision.
This was they played. So they played. They have two versions of the song. One of them is like the clean version because
Yeah,
you can't.
Eurovision.
You can't. Yeah. But then basically when they won and they always like do like an encore. So they play the song again. And they did the song again, but the non-clean version basically.
Oh,
'Cause
okay.
to be fair, at that point it was like 11:30 in the UK, so it would have been even later in Europe. So like it's well
Yeah.
beyond anything else.
Yeah.
And I think people generally see Eurovision as like some kind of weird joke thing. Like,
I mean,
it's
yeah.
hilarious and it's not serious. But I enjoy it.
But these guys are so serious, like seriously good.
They are incredible. They
I
are
don't-
incredible.
Like,
They
I
came out of
did
Eurovision
this-
and like, I think we all didn't. We weren't expecting it.
in my eyes, they're the new royal blood.
Oh my god, 100% I could see that. I can't even. I love it. It's such
And the
a
guitar
good song.
solos. Why have I not had this? Do you know what? I've had this thing with music lately. Like, I listen to music in the car and I listen to music for the podcast, and but I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos instead of in the time that I used to listen to music.
Yeah.
And yesterday, I think I was feeling a lot more positive about like Pippin and Situation, and I just listened to music for like 3 hours straight, which I hadn't done in such a long time, and I listened to this song on repeat like 20 times. It's just like, that's so
I loved it. I
good.
listened to it loads after Eurovision, and
Yeah,
I'm terrible at like killing songs. I was like, no, I've got to not listen to it for a bit.
yeah,
And you put it
yeah.
in the playlist this week, and I've gone crazy with it. I keep listening to it because it's just there's a bit in the second verse, maybe third, I don't know, whatever. He just sings constantly for
Yeah.
like 30 seconds. It's like I don't think he takes a breath.
Breath. No,
He's
it's
speaking
just
so quickly, doesn't stutter, doesn't stumble, doesn't anything. He just goes for it. I'm like, you're fucking incredible. A good man.
he
You are
definitely
incredible.
knows he's cool though.
Oh,
I like.
100%.
I don't. You know when you get that vibe where you're like, I could imagine you being a bit of a penis, but I love you anyway.
Thing is, I don't think they are. I think from what I've seen of them, they're actually quite
They're
nice
nice.
guys. It's
Yeah.
like they're like
He's always got a fag in his hand, and like he
yeah,
just
yeah,
looks
yeah.
so cool. It's just like
I think they're
what?
great.
Yeah, and Victoria, I think her name is.
Yeah,
She's beautiful. She
they
looks
are incredible.
and she looks like a really like nice person. The reason why I say I don't know what the main guy's name is. The
It
reason why I
is
said he
Damiano David, I believe.
Damiano.
See, that's how much I'm into these guys. I know.
Oh wow. Yeah, like the reason why I say I can imagine him being a bit of a penis is because I feel like being a frontman you have to have like this
You have to have some swagger,
confidence.
don't you?
And to pursue music as your career, you have to have like you have to sell yourself.
Yeah.
And I imagine he's like a nice person, but I can imagine him being like knowing he's good. Like
Yeah.
But I love that. I think that it's just what I've needed for so long. I needed that rock pop thing, and it's now here.
It's fucking brilliant.
And so many people love them all over. I can't wait. I think going to one of their gigs would be insane. I think at
it's
tickets.
so good.
Yeah, like
they've blown up basically. Like they were everywhere, like TikTok and everything. For like even now, like they're all over the place, and they have such good. Their sound is just incredible. I can't if I had to like respond to the song in like one like thing, I would just do like love heart eyes emoji, you know. Like that's me with the song. Incredible.
Like a black heart for me.
Oh my god, incredible. I love them.
Sorry, yeah, which I could talk about them for so long. So
easily, they're incredible. Go on, hit me.
Okay, let's go with Ben Howard.
Okay.
And the reason why I called you out being a depressed little fuck was not so much Sam Fender song because that's new. It was this was the main reason because I used to listen to Keep Your Head Up.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure you put that in a playlist for me once when I was going through a little breakup, and I listened to that song a lot when I was feeling sorry for myself. And this is from the same. Did I just hear someone screaming?
Oh yeah, no, it's my neighbours. Don't worry about it.
That was like the most vile, like
don't
scream.
worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't think about it.
Yeah, it's an album, isn't it? It's not an EP. It's an album, right?
Oh no, this is from album, and like it's not okay. It's by no means new. I mean, this song was released.
It's old now, isn't it?
2011, so it's about 10 years old.
Yeah, so like I don't know, it was a nice throwback, and to be honest, because I think this is one of the less popular songs on the album, I probably didn't really like pay attention to it too much. But no, really peaceful and just like chill. I don't know.
Yeah. Actually, looking back over the lyrics now, I mean, look, like I said, Cat sees me, and yeah, like this is
my sad little friend.
Yeah, it definitely is it's not a happy song. It's a sad song. I mean, like, it's like it's kind of about like the winter and like being cold and alone, and like. I just think it's I love Ben Howard's especially on this album. It's so the whole feel of the album is very emotional.
Yeah.
Very emotional and raw almost. Like a lot of it is just him and his guitar, and he's got a great voice, and like and it works. It's not boring. It's not dull.
No,
I really love it. No. And I don't know. It's difficult to put into words. I guess.
Did it hit home when you were listening to it?
It was just very I mean, I would say so. It definitely was something you're like, whoa, you know, like you can't put your finger on it, but it gets you in the feels, like.
Yeah.
And yeah, I love it. I love the there's a line, maybe you were the ocean when I was just a stone. I'm like,
Bloody hell.
oh god, that's like, it's nice. I just love it about lyrics and things when you're able to like paint such a massive picture with
Yeah.
like very few words. It got me. It got me. It got me good. That's what I'm saying. It got me good.
Got you good. Um, I was gonna bring up Sam Fender because I realised I said a second ago about the new song.
I would
This
love
was
to talk about Sam Fender.
this was a different, like, so there was two sort of sadder songs you put in, and then
Yeah.
you put in Sam Fender and
Can I say
Go
I
Fangirl.
adore Sam Fender.
He is
He
a loved,
I
artist by the
cannot
world's
categorize how much I love his sound. I love his like
He's a
there are
bit
not
sexy, if I can
I
say that
I'd say
myself.
so. I'd say
He's a
so.
bit sexy.
He's a bit sexy. He's very again, he's very I guess it's maybe it's something that runs more like where's their heart on their sleeve in their songs. Very
Yeah,
honest, very real. It feels real. It doesn't feel like it's just a story that they've written. It feels like it's like something links to life. And they're singing about these real feelings they've had. Um, and I loved the last album, Hypersonic Missiles.
that's such a hard thing
Love
to follow
it.
because
I was
hypersonic
worried.
missiles, it's like such a,
It's
like,
awesome.
it just, if you were, I don't know, like, to pick a handful of songs that describe modern indie pop rock genre, um for our generation, that would probably be one of the songs in there.
Mhm, mhm.
And to then follow that is such a hard thing to do. And I think he's followed it in a slightly different approach. He's not gone for the, like, poppy, really catchy chorus side. He's gone for a more chill approach. Would
I
you agree
think
with that?
what he could have done with this is he could have gone like I did the first album, and now the second one has to be radically different. You know, it has to be something
Yeah.
completely brand new. And actually, what I like about it is he's kind of, you know, this is the same Sam Fender as Hypersonic Missiles. Like, it's there. The same feeling is there, but it
Yeah.
also has developed. There's more to it. There's more confidence in it. There's more like, you know, it's someone who's grown up a bit and like, yeah. I don't know. It's not. I don't know what people expect from a second album. I don't know what I expect from a second album. I'm glad he hasn't gone off and like gone for like some radically different thing because I think his sound is
Yeah.
awesome. Like I listen to songs, I'm just like, God,
I
can't I
was
write something like that? Why can't I sing like him? Like
I was trying to remember what the lyric was, that made me think of you,
oh,
with this song, and it was, I see my teenage years in rage spiraling in silence.
I think that's what got me. Like
I was like, wow,
there's a line in there
that's,
that was like, also can I just say, so Sam Bent, he's from like the northeast, from North Shields, which is kind of east of Newcastle, kind of like within that area.
yeah,
And I don't know why. I love it when someone has like
uses their
a
accent.
strong accent. And he goes, there's a
Yeah.
line there. It's I'm not gonna try and mimic it, obviously.
Don't butcher that, yeah.
But he goes for can he chatter, but he looks sad.
Canny.
And like
Yeah.
so I was like, you know, like he can talk, he like whatever, like fine. But and I was like, even that feels a bit like me when I was younger. Like
Yeah.
I definitely could um mask it if I wanted to, I guess, or like put on a facade. And I guess I can still do it now. But like I think even then you could see that actually like I was just not happy a lot.
Yeah.
It was very good. It was very real. I mean, Sam Fender's one of the few people who likes to chuck a saxophone in modern music, and I for one love
That's
that.
so
So
sexy.
look, I love Sam, but can I just say now, I love him.
I'll do some work and I'll work out how I can set you two up
If you
on
can
a
like,
date.
if you can just like, if we can get Sam Fender to maybe we'll try and pull up a cigarette, okay? I'll
Oh,
like share a clip
yes.
and I'll be like, yo, Sam Fender.
We think you're sexy.
I think I mean you're incredibly sexy, but also you're
How many
incredibly
times am I gonna
talented.
call?
You're
Okay.
awesome. You're just like I think you're amazing.
When I
And
say sexy, I mean like
no,
your
he is
music's
sexy. No,
sexy.
I
You're
I
good
think we can say
looking.
he's
He is
sexy.
no, but like I mean like you chuck a saxophone. Like I'm not just using sexy as like just talking about his like physical appearance. I'm talking about like
The whole
everything.
thing, the
The
whole
whole
package.
package is sexy.
Let's go for. All right, so this is FMRM by Lizzie. Is that Lizzie?
Yes.
Lily, is that you?
Yeah.
Which I'm gonna assume stands for "fuck me right now."
Yeah. It's such a fucking that song's making me happy right now.
I love it.
It's
It's a
so
bop.
naughty. It's so naughty. Like oh,
He
sorry,
laughs in
delivery.
there at one point. Oh, go on.
Yeah, no, sorry, there's a delivery, so I got somewhat distracted. But yeah,
There's a point
it's
she
just
like
so
in the
sex
chorus
positive. Oh yeah,
after
laughing.
singing she's like,
We
oh,
can fuck
can you
me
fuck me
right
right now?
now.
And like you can hear her laugh because it's like it's so like you say, it's really sex positive and it's really we were talking a few weeks ago about like the kind of British thing of like going, oh sex.
Yeah.
It's a bit naughty. And I just love that she just went in for it and she just sang it. It's an actual, it's a bop. Such a bop. I actually found out that TikTok kept taking it
Yeah.
down
Yeah. Yeah.
because oh you can't have that. It's too
You can't
sexual.
talk about sex. It's
can't
like
talk
every
about
song
sex.
is about sex. Every
Jesus
song is
Christ.
about sex. Fucking
I
hell.
just love it. It like apparently it went up and came down. They put it back up and then came down. Like,
And then
Jesus.
she like hit 1 million streams on it, like because of TikTok screwing her. I think like she got more media coverage from it. I'm guessing because of that. I was just trying to get the lyrics.
I love it. I love that it's oh you'll struggle. I love when someone is sex positive, and I love when female and non-binary musicians are sex positive as well, because I'm kind of done with hearing about guys singing about having sex and whatever. Like female empowerment and more voices for non-binary and trans community
Yeah.
singing about stuff. It's good. It's all part of the changing minds and
Yeah.
things.
Like
So yeah, own
I
it.
just
I love
think
it.
she's such a cool person for just coming out with it and just
Yeah.
like just being, I don't know, just breaking the boundaries with it. And it's so like there's a lot of songs written by females and non-binary artists that discuss sex, but it is more of a like it's like metaphorical. It's not can you come fuck me right now, like
That's just open the air, so fair enough.
yeah.
Own it. I love it.
I just this makes me happy.
Honey.
And I am gonna be singing. It's just such a bop. I'm gonna be singing that for.
I was
for
singing it
weeks.
this morning, and I was like, "Oh,
Yeah, you know, when you're like, I was, it's like kept saying just the chorus, like to myself in the kitchen, but I hadn't actually learned the lyrics to the rest of the songs. It's just saying it.
It's just
and
that
I was doing
over
it in
and
the
over again.
car, and Pierce is like, because I'm mumbling it under my breath. Pierce is like looking at me. I'm like.
It's like now
Oi oi.
driving. What? We can't.
Oh,
It's great. It's awesome.
yeah.
Should we go on to the last one?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just like.
So this is "Foreign Hands" by George Ogilvy. I'm gonna say. So this one and the Ben Howard one, I actually found as so many of these songs seem to
Recommended.
from my friend Max on Twitch.
Oh.
Awesome guy. He like plays some of these chill songs in his streams. I love it.
Is he okay?
He I think he is like, I mean, he's definitely not as
Okay,
depressed as I
okay,
am. So
okay.
I'm like a mess.
Just checking. Because
Um,
this song is beautiful. It's like his
Oh, it's
voice
beautiful.
is just. That's the best way of describing. I took I sometimes half-ass notes, and I just put like, yeah, I just put G.O-beautiful. But yeah, no, I just put beautiful. His voice is beautiful. I'm guessing he goes by he pronouns.
I believe so. He has a very soulful kind of voice, you know?
Yeah.
Very deep, very like I just I know like okay, I mean again, so many moments where you read the lyrics and you suddenly think, I see why you can't. Alright, yeah. Because the chorus is I see a way out and I can see the sun on the horizon, but it's getting more distant.
Yeah.
I'm like, alright, I feel like I've been sending out some messages here subconsciously.
Yeah.
It yeah, it's very I like it. It's very emotional. All of the like a lot of the time with a song, even if I don't understand why I love it, it's because it just you hear it and the sound, the lyrics, everything comes together and emotionally it makes me
Yeah.
feel things.
It gives you the
It makes me
feels.
emote.
Yeah.
And this is one of those songs. He has got a beautiful voice. You're right. I can't.
It's just
almost,
like
that's almost the perfect word.
you
for the
think
song.
of nature, like I don't know, you just think of I don't know being in the woods or something
Yeah.
when you hear his music, like just very much chill, beautiful. Would you if you were wanting to have a peaceful night in and read a book, that's the sort of music you'd have in the background.
Definitely, and like even like since I mean yesterday was a really good day. I got loads of shit done yesterday.
Ooh, check you out.
I had this song on again while I was listening to the plays obviously, but I had this song on because it was like it was the kind of thing that I could have on in the background and feel it was just kind of good to like be doing stuff too. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It's one of those songs that you can listen to emote and you can listen to just as a
Yeah.
thing. But yeah, beautiful is the word. So we love
Aw.
it. We love it.
I've
I
been,
love it. I
like,
love our
happy
playlist
with
this week.
Yeah, this week. Like, there's such a collection. You know, sometimes we go for really similar genres to each other, and
Yeah.
this week there's like a bundle. Like,
Yeah.
here's for when you're happy, here's for when you're sad,
You got
here's
a
for
bit
when
of
you're
everything.
chilling out, and here's for when you're in the car.
We haven't really mentioned it, but of course, this time next week we'll be able to discuss whether or not we are champions of Europe.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'll save the thoughts until then. But you know, do you think? I mean, do you
Do
think
I
we're
care
gonna...
though?
I mean, I don't really care, obviously.
don't really
but you know,
care.
do you think? I mean, what do you think is gonna happen? I'm saying loss.
Like, yeah, I think we're gonna lose. But like, is it bad that I'd be happy for Italy if they won? Like,
I'm
yeah.
fine with them winning.
No, I'd like, yeah, like, no, obviously, if any of my family listened to this, I didn't say I would be happy if
No,
Italy
obviously
won.
you said that you wanted England to win, and
Yes.
you know, Three
I
Lions,
would
blah
cry
blah
if
blah
they
blah.
don't.
Yeah.
When the football's actually on, I'm gonna like be invested and I'm gonna
Oh, of
care.
course. Look, so am I, and I'm not even that interested in football. But then when it ends, I'll be like, right, it's over.
Yeah.
It will die quite quickly.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
yeah.
well, I think Pippin's telling me it's time to go. Oi!
Such
do it.
intentional.
He's trying to get to his tail, so
Fuck's
it's probably...
right. Well,
probably a
let's
good
let
time
you get
to-
back on that. Fuck's sake, Pippin. Look,
He's got a
Thank
massive
you.
cone on his head as well. Like, he's an absolute twat.
I've seen the cone. Like, we'll share the cone on our social media because it's not even a
Conehead.
small cone. Absolute weirdo. Look, thank you for
Go
coming
get some
along.
ice cream. Love you.
I don't understand what's happening. Why?
Everything's going on. Go
Look.
get some ice cream. Enjoy
Get
the
some ice cream.
football.
Yes.
Have a fat Sunday roast. I don't know.
Absolutely.
And yeah.
Love you. See you next time.
Peace and love. Bye.
Bye.